Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Podcast Room 303. Introducing one co-host with more nuggets than Chick-fil-A, Nick Morahan. Executive producer until we find someone better, Eric Washington. Nobody really knows what he does around here, Nevada Putnam. And now, the single greatest thing to happen to hosting in history, Jermaine Antonio Colon Mendez. On with the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Podcast Room 303, episode 254. I'm your host, Jermaine Colon Mendez. This is my co-host. And we have the executive producers, Nevada Putnam and the EPE. How are you doing this evening, Nevada?
I'm doing good. It's really freaking windy out here, like Wyoming. It sucks. But the sun's out. It's blue sky, so you can't complain.
It's not snowing, right?
It's not snowing.
It's not snowing. How you doing this evening, Eric?
Good, man. I got a question. What's the rule for the time suck parlay if he doesn't show up? Is there like a $10 penalty or something?
Nah, there's no penalty.
All right. No. I was hoping we could add a little money to that parlay because I got one cooking up, dude.
Well, we didn't even put the one in for March, so we haven't been very diligent on this one. So we're going to have to combine this.
It's because we fucked up and we let the guy we put the guy that's always late in charge of doing the parlay, dude.
So we're at $113 for 2 months. Which means we gotta pick a good parlay. Let's not fucking blow this, and we won't let Nick pick a leg. So we've got a chance. We won't let him pick a leg, Nevada.
No, I completely agree.
Oh, okay. The way you said it, I was just like, no, that's a good thing, dude. Like,
but I'd rather just have three legs and have him pick a leg.
No, you don't want Nick picking any sort of bets right now. My guy is. He's in one of the great. That's good. He's in one of the great ice ages I've ever seen, bro.
Yeah.
Like, my goodness, he needs that little squirrel to go pull the acorn so he can start hitting bets, dude.
Yeah, he's the Insignio Man Part 2.
Yeah, it's like historically bad. Like, it's to the point where I don't even enjoy making fun of it anymore. I still do it on principle, but I don't enjoy it. Like, and I'm not even doing that well this year. But I'll tell you what, I'm not 4-49.
Man,
it's like a 7% win percentage or something crazy.
Dog.
Do you know what his streak is at right now?
I didn't update it, but I'll tell you what it was last week, and then I'll just add 3 to it.
I want to say it was around like what?
He's at 22. He's at 22 right now.
Wow,
that seems low. You might want to go double check that, dog. Let's get into head-to-head since we're already talking about it. Last week there was a lot of blood in our ledger. Take it away, Eric.
Dude, we almost had a perfect week, man. I screwed it up with that first pick.
I know, because you're a cunt.
Oh, dude, I wish, man. I wish I could take it back and take an L on that one. But yeah, pretty much just L's across the board for everybody. Jermaine went 0-3, 9-45, down 20.7 units. Nick, per usual, 449-1, down 26.72 units. Nevada with a heartbreaker in NASCAR again. 0-3 for the week, down 1737, down 7.23 units.
In the Derby.
The Derby was a bad one for you too?
Photo finish.
Oh, dude, what is
it? Nevada had the guy who lost by .0001. Oh wait, no, that was
Nevada.
That was NASCAR.
Bro. That was NASCAR. How close was that one? Almost basically the same.
So NASCAR, I had Hamlin. He restarted the race, the final restart of the race. He was in first place. Took one lap and ended up in 5th.
Jesus Christ.
And then the horse, Forever Young, lost by another photo finish by, I guess technically a nose, but it was smaller than a nose. So
damn, that's what I tell girls. That's what I tell girls about my dick. Can you give us the results of the Kentucky Derby?
I sure can. So on Saturday, Kentucky Derby, 150th. It was won by Mystic Dan, who started out at, his odds entering the race were 16-1. Fierceness was the favorite, pretty big favorite, 7-2. He ultimately finished 15th.
Oh, wow.
But Mystic Dan beat out Sierra Leone, who was kind of the co-favorite with Fierceness at 5-1, and Forever Young, who I got at 10-1, but dropped down to 6-1. Again, a photo finish, as they term it, a nose. Mystic Dan walks away with $3.1 million, finishing the race in 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Sierra Leone walks away with $1 million, and Forever Young walks away with $500,000.
All right. So 3.1 million is also in Nevada lost on those close calls.
Is there anybody eligible for the Triple Crown, or is this the first race of the Triple, or is this the second race of the Triple?
It's the first.
It's the first. So this course could be a Triple Crown winner. Okay.
Yeah. The next one is the Preakness.
Preakness, then Belmont.
And then Belmont Stakes.
Cool.
Yeah. So when you asked that question, I was like, what? Like, no, we've seen one race.
I text you guys like, which race was it? You guys gave me a bunch of horses. I was like, what race are we talking about, guys? I didn't even know it was a Derby, dude. Nobody was buying hats. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, if you listened to the pod, you would have known.
True.
You would have been able to put some chatter down, but Preakness is on May 18th for those of you dying to put some more money down.
May 18th is the Preakness.
Yep. Next, let's see, that'd be next Saturday.
A week from Saturday, yeah.
Yeah. So let's add that to episode 255. We'll be more prepared for that one.
Yes.
But yeah, Eric, you asked to be on this podcast for a year that you can't even listen when you don't get on, when you don't show up. Okay.
Hey man, I'm busy being a daddy out here, bro.
Right,
relax.
Nah, bro. I know how much free time you still have. You can listen to the pod.
I mean, I could honestly, but it slips my mind. It's not like, you know how I am with podcasts. I don't really listen to many. I like the clips. If we could just make clips, we could.
Does anyone else want to do anything? No.
Hey, since he's not here, let's just put it all on Nick.
No, he asked if he could do it a while ago. You know how many clips he's produced?
As many children as I have?
No, 0. Eric, you have more than 0.
No. Oh, well, that we know of.
Guaranteed there's illegitimate EWs out there.
For sure, bro. There's a couple big heads running around, dude.
Taking it internationally, too, so only God knows, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Eric been out there sowing seeds, bro.
A little Jack Baby Washington, dude.
Taking that Bible verse too far, dude. Sowing seeds.
That's why you're going to Brazil this fall. Go meet one of your poppies.
Dude, I'm going for the Eagles football and big booty Brazilians, dude. That's what I'm going for.
Oh my God, it's nice knowing you, Eric. We'll find a new executive producer.
Nah. I think I'm gonna pass on that trip. It's be detrimental to my being alive.
Know what the fuck headlines this week. We'll get into pop culture pick'em here though.
Sweet.
Today's order is Nevada, myself, Eric, and the topic is top 5 worst ways to die.
Yeah, I gotta go with catching fire.
Catching fire, huh?
Yeah, not in a good way, but was that protester? Was it last week, 2 weeks ago, outside like Trump's court appearance or something? Set himself on fire.
Set himself on fire. Yeah, died 2 weeks later.
Bruh,
that's a crazy way to go, dude.
No
self lighting yourself on fire. It's not like the building caught on fire, then I caught on fire. You know what I mean? Like to self. That's just, what are we doing? What are we doing here, bro? I got the next pick. I'm gonna go dying while being black. No, I'm just messing with you. I just wanted to see Eric's reaction.
Oh, dude.
I want to go with trampled to death
by like a herd of something or Black Friday.
Yeah, I mean that's still hurt. You know what I mean? That's still technically hurt. But like like when you hear about crowds like trying to escape, and then people get bowled over because all rationale goes out the window, and then they just keep stepping on this person.
Yeah,
like that seems that seems awful.
That's fair.
I'm not saying it's better than catching fire. I'm just like, could you imagine? Like you're desperately trying to get up and people just keep stepping on you.
Well, don't they say that once you catch fire, like once your nerve endings are burnt, like the rest of it's pretty painless.
Oh yeah, I'm sure though that initial flash of pain was just no issues. You know what I mean? It's kind of like going to the dentist. No big deal, dude.
Yeah, those first, it's really just got to get past those first 10, 15 seconds. Then you're good.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no big deal.
You know, whatever. I don't know why I thought of this, but being mauled by an animal, but not only that, but like not dying right away, and they're just like biting out of you, and you're just still alive. Like that just seems like it'd be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to say seems.
Facts. All right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's terrible. That'd be pretty awful. Like if it was a bear on cocaine.
That's why. Anyway, I'm not even. Anyway,
I should make a movie about
that. Next one, I'm gonna go being tortured and killed by ISIS.
Nah, I heard it's a good time. They make a memorial video for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's true.
I'm going with caught in a tornado.
Oh, that was my like bugaboo growing up. I was petrified of tornadoes.
That's so funny. I saw a raccoon once when I was like 8. It was like the first time seeing a raccoon, and he was underneath a U-Haul while we were moving cross country, and I freaked the fuck out. And then I wasn't cool with raccoons for like 3 years. The raccoon, keep in mind, the raccoon did nothing. Made a little bit of noise, was messing with like the silver on the bottom because it was shiny silver. Didn't do anything, but I definitely freaked out and ran. Irrational fear. This is like, fuck raccoons. They're the worst with their little thumbs.
Those creepy little bastards with their little thumbs.
Those goddamn criminals.
I was just looking up some weird ways to die. And this one kind of brought a good one. Being slaughtered by cannibals.
Oh.
So this dude volunteered to be slaughtered and eaten by this other guy. Taped the entire amputation, killing, all that good stuff. The guy was arrested, sentenced to life in prison. On a positive note, while in prison, he became a vegetarian.
Bro, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh my god.
Like, you can't make that. Like, storytellers could not make that up. That's how ridiculous that story is.
I will go next with concrete shoes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm not a fan of drowning. People say, again, like Eric said with the fire, supposedly it's peaceful. I don't think death is really peaceful unless you don't know about it. Getting concrete shoes and thrown overboard, you're gonna know about it.
Yeah, that sounds brutal.
Yeah.
Like, no way, dude. So for my next pick, it could be at sea or in the desert or a frozen tundra, but just being lost, wandering.
Yeah. Ooh. Would it be worse to die in the desert or like in a forest or something?
I don't know.
Dying.
I don't know how you rank. Like those all they both sounded equally awful. I
feel like in a forest, there's more chance of you getting water. You know what I mean? And not being around. No, there's snakes in the forest.
And a better chance of eating some random berry that paralyzes you and you die.
You run into a centipede or a millipede, poisonous millipede. You didn't even see it coming. All of a sudden, you're just paralyzed, and then a
Right.
baboon comes up and starts slowly picking bones from your body. Like, yeah, I don't know.
That makes me think. Like, would you rather? I don't know. There's no money on the line here. Would you rather explore the Amazon or explore Australia's, deserts or whatever?
Neither. Nope.
I'd rather, if I had an answer of like what I wanted to explore, it's Antarctica.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that'd be cool.
I need to go say what's up to Hitler, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh well, that's
how you been, big fella? How you keeping these Nazi bases? Good order?
it's too far.
You heard about all that craziness? I love it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and then you realize like there's mountains frozen underneath Antarctica, but based on LiDAR imaging data, and it's just like, dude, Antarctica is just wild.
The lizard people base.
Dude, the lizard people is so funny. Like, just, dude. The problem is,
right?
Yeah, it's reptilians. The problem is like, if that ended up being proven true, I don't think I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
I would just kind of be like, oh yeah, of course they're real.
A lot of other theories have been proven, so I'd be like, oh, just another one.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Now it's like they've been denying aliens for so long. Now that they've told us aliens are real, everyone's just like, yeah, but who cares? Like, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right. Next pick. I'm gonna go being squeezed to death by an anaconda, or it's anacondas, right? Or pythons. Which ones are the ones that like are known for that?
Squeezing you to death, like
Yeah.
to be big enough to squeeze you to death. I would say it's anacondas.
Is anaconda not a python?
I have no idea, brother. I hate snakes so
dude.
much I don't even read.
Nick would know. He knows snakes, but yeah.
Well, he's busy.
Yeah, busy.
No, actually, he's not busy. He's dead. Sorry. R.I.P. We kill people off for every episode.
And then this might not be like that bad, but I just would be annoyed because it wouldn't be like I wouldn't be the target. I would just a drive-by. That would piss me off.
That's so funny.
Like, you wasn't even trying to kill me, dude.
You imagine getting caught as a stray in a drive-by? Damn, that would be
I'd be at the gates like, come on, man, send me back.
Let me get a mulligan. Let me get a mulligan, big fella. Like, rock. I was just trying to get a torta. You know what I mean? Bro, I don't even know how upset I would actually be, dude.
I mean, you'd be dead.
Yeah, but
post-life.
Post-life.
Yeah, I'd have something to say to somebody in the afterlife. I don't know who it'd be. But I'd be saying something.
I don't know if I'm going to purgatory, hell, or heaven, but somebody's getting a mouthful. Wherever I'm going, dude.
Where was my angel at?
You know which one is really just would not be a fan of? Being at a sporting event and like the rail gives out or you fall over the rail to your death.
Uh-huh.
Or just falling in general. Like, you imagine falling off like a mountain cliff?
Yeah, like accidentally.
Yeah.
Just kind of basically a freak accident. We're like, oh shit.
Or someone has a life insurance policy on me and they shoved me.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want to die by falling.
Is that your answer? Oh, okay.
Yes, that's my answer. The game is a blowout. How are you being distracted by that? It's 25 points. Like, it's over.
I smell a comeback, dude. There's 1 minute and 2 left.
Yeah, okay. They got Georges Niang out here handling the rock. It's a wrap, dude.
Hey, Sixer legend, dude.
Only against the Bulls. Fuck that guy, bro. Dude, Cleveland went out and got Max Strus and Georges Niang, and both those boys just exclusively cook Chicago.
Yeah.
I hate Cleveland. I'm so glad they got dusted by Boston. Hey, we're on a collision. Oh, we'll get into that later. All right, Nevada, give us your next two.
Next one, I will go with poisoning, like the Putin poisoning. Some little bit isotopes here and there, and you just slowly melt away from the poison. It just sounds awful. And then my final one, because I love food so much, choking on food.
Yeah, dude, it's like your favorite thing coming back to bite you in the ass.
Yeah. There's been a couple times where I get chips where I don't, chew the chip entirely and it gets stuck in your throat and it feels like it's a fucking knife stuck in your throat.
Another reason why chips suck.
No.
Well, it
That's
was
just
chips
because
and
you're eating
dip,
them too
right?
fast.
Yeah, I was going to town on the guac.
And that's why guac is so delicious. You had to scarf that.
Yeah.
My next one is like, I don't know how to best explain this, but like dying mentally, but your body is still physically there.
Dementia.
Like becoming a vegetable. You know what I mean?
Being brain dead?
Yeah, but it's like they still keep you alive. Someone's trying to feed you. You can't even operate your mouth. So it's like kind of drooling off the side of your mouth. But for some reason, they just won't put you out of your misery. And you
Right.
don't have the ability to tell them, put me out of my fucking misery.
That's why you need a will, dude. You guys have my full permission. 7 days, no signs of life.
It's like when
Unplug me.
it's like when they put you under for anesthesia and then you don't go under.
Oh.
Ugh.
And then they operate on you. And have you seen that movie?
No, my mom had that happen though. One day, one of her surgeries, they paralyzed her, but the I guess the part that like makes you not feel anything wasn't working. So before she could pass out, she was trying to tell them I can feel everything, and then she just passed out.
Damn. That's what I'm saying. There's a movie about that, and it's freaky as hell. It's a good movie. Well, I mean, good is generous. It's worth a watch. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it didn't win awards for a reason, but it's worth a watch. It's with I'm pretty sure it's with Hayden Christensen.
Huh.
It's called Awake.
One of them cleaning the house movies.
I need sound. Let me put something on.
Yep.
Let's see. No, 6.5 out of 10. It's a pretty good movie.
It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it.
It's
Yeah, I don't think I
him.
saw it either.
It's him, Jessica Alba, Terrence Howard.
You need all
When
that
was this
for.
made? Because I thought he like disappeared for like 15 years.
This is when I was managing the movies, 2007.
Huh. That's interesting.
This was Jessica Alba, dog. That was peak Jessica Alba, dude.
Man,
when was Jessica Alba making movies? The late 2000s.
04 to 09 or something like that.
I was too poor to go to the movies back in high school.
Oh man. My last pick, right?
We all went so much because I managed the movie theater.
Well, yeah, it helps to have an inside source.
Dude, I went to like
Eric
3 movies a week and didn't pay for a single movie.
Eric would watch the same fucking movie.
The thing was, before you make it sound like I'm a psychopath who just does that.
No, that's exactly what he did.
All my friends worked at the theater, so I would go because I lived on the farthest side of town by myself, so I would just go to the theater and hang out at the theater all day while they were working. Because I had daddy's money, so I didn't have to work. And then when they would get off work, we'd all go party. That was the situation. So I was just there to be around my people.
Let me text Papa Wash that comment.
All right. Last pick here. I'm gonna go with single car accident with self-inflicted gunshot wound to the back of the head.
Just put the Killery special, bro.
I like
or
that.
or the Killery / Boeing special, dude.
Boeing's on one, dude.
Boeing be going out. It's like, bro, you're not even trying to hide this. This is obvious.
Which one of you sent in the group chat the tweet of the year? I think it was yesterday. But
I sent it. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It's like at Boeing. My bookie. Let me just double.
That's exactly what it was. My bookie's leaking information or something like that.
My bookie's going around leaking information to everyone.
Dude, that's priceless.
Let's go.
It's like, I know this isn't the conspiracy pod and we don't need to dive into it too much, but isn't it just like a little crazy that they're 3 for 3 with the kills?
No, it's for sure. Like
3
not
for
even
3.
It's not even a little crazy. It's like it's intentional at this point, dude. Boeing, my bookie is going around telling everyone secret info about your plans. Right? So they're hey, go get my bookie so I don't have to pay them no more. And then did you see I don't think anyone clicked on it, but I sent a tweet that said each represents a deadly sin.
I don't think I clicked on that one.
So if you click on it, it shows a photo of Michael. How many siblings does Michael Porter Jr. have?
4?
7.
Oh, Lord.
Each represents a deadly sin.
That's hilarious.
That was someone's reply to that message.
That's hilarious.
I was just that would put me out. I was just like, damn, that is high level comedy. That's hysterical to me, dude.
That family's cursed, man.
Bro, there's some shenanigans going on with that family.
Or Michael Porter's about to be in every movie in Hollywood.
Or yeah, he's about to blow up and win 3 rings. So Nevada, I sent a tweet that said each represents a deadly sin, right? And the photo that's attached to that tweet is how many siblings does Michael Porter Jr. have? And it's 7.
Oh boy.
Because he's down 3 already, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The rest are girls though, right?
Probably.
The rest are sisters, yeah. No more.
Probably. Dude, women do dumb stuff all the time.
No, I know.
Have you seen in the last 18 months, 24 different female teachers have gotten arrested for sleeping with their students in the United States?
No, I saw one where a teacher got caught kissing a 4th grader though. I almost quit the internet.
Was that the one where he was in the background biting the ear or something?
I'm not sure. I literally read the headline and I was about to read the article and I was like, I quit the internet. I can't do it.
That's crazy.
You guys remember back in, it had to have been mid to late 90s, that first big story of the teacher sleeping with the student? It was that Filipino student.
I don't remember.
You guys don't remember that?
Back in the 90s? No, I didn't read the news in the 90s. I was 8 years old. The fuck do you want from me?
I was running around pretending sticks were lightsabers and I was Goku.
Yeah, no chance I read that in the 90s.
I'll try to pull it up for you.
I was not reading news. To me, I was just like, oh, dude, this Y2K seems pretty scary. I had no clue what it was about. I was 9 years old worrying about Y2K.
The name won't mean anything to you, but when was this? This was first marriage, crime, summer of 96.
Yeah, definitely wasn't reading news then. What'd she do?
She was the first one, at least that I remember, that was all over the news for, a teacher was having sex with a student.
Oh, she's the Lewis and Clark of pedophilia?
Well, yeah. She just died a couple of years ago.
In jail?
In prison?
No.
She was out just roaming the streets doing her thing?
Well, they got married.
What? You better give us some goddamn info. You haven't said a single thing. You just said 90s. She kissed a kid. That was it. Now she's fucked. She's married. She's dead.
All right.
And I think I heard of that story just recently, but we need details.
All right. So let's see here. Looks like he was in 6th grade. She would often invite him to her house over the summer break to nurture his artistic abilities.
I use that. Hey, what up, Shawty? You want to go back to my crib and nurture our artistic abilities?
Yeah. Sounds like they got a little bit into a fight. She ran outside, apologized to the 12-year-old, which culminated into sexual advances. Couple weeks later, police found teacher and student in a car parked at the marina. She was jumping in the front seat while he pretended to sleep in the back seat. Let's see here.
So crazy, dude. 12 years old.
Drake would be so proud.
She pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree child rape. So yeah, they had a kid. First kid was born in 97. And then the second one, she got charged twice 2 years later when she got out of jail with the same guy.
She got charged again because he was 14 or 15?
February of 98.
That's crazy. 12 years old is
young man might be pipe legend, dude. Just tossing it at 13 had her addicted. That's crazy.
Yep. So Summer of 96. Then they have kid in spring of 97. They get caught in winter of 98 and has a kid in fall of 98.
Bro, she was pregnant. She got caught in the winter of 98 and had a kid in the fall of what year?
98.
How can you
They,
get... Oh, they had a kid before she got caught.
Yeah, so they had the first one in 96, then they got pregnant again in 98. Both times she got caught and sentenced.
That's unbelievable. They got married though, so maybe it was true love.
Yeah, got married, and she died in 2020.
That's unsettling. 12 years old. You know how like stunted you have to be to like it's a little sad. But that's gross. All right, Eric, read us back this list. That's enough of that.
Yeah. All right. So top 5 worst ways to die. Nevada had the first pick: catching fire, slaughtered by cannibals, concrete shoes, poisoning, choking on food. Jermaine trampled to death, caught in a tornado, lost wandering, die by falling and being brain dead. I had mauled by an animal, tortured and killed by ISIS, squeezed to death by an anaconda/python, a drive-by, and the Killary Boeing special.
Yeah, that's... Any honorable mentions?
I was thinking of like suffocating, like being crushed to death or something. Maybe
Like a compactor.
I was thinking more like a slow one where a building, you're in the building, it kind of collapses or something like that. You're just slowly crushed.
My thing was, it's not really about the way you die. It's just not being like in an exposed like position when they find you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to stroke out while I'm stroking out, and then, you know what I mean? They just find me with my limp dick in my hand, just exposed. Like, that'd be so awful, dude. Just the last memory on Earth is just you dead like that.
So it's funny you say that, because the best story I heard at work of someone, how they were found dead. This dude was in his bed, butt naked, and through the investigation, they determined he probably had some sort of coronary attack, tried to get up out of bed, died in that process, and ended up falling off the bed. Well, he fell and got wedged between the bed and a dresser. The problem was he fell head first, and his body basically kind of, collapsed on itself. So when they found him, he's, again, butt naked. His ass is in the air, and there's just a turd poking straight out.
Oh my god, dude,
That's a hell of a way to die.
Like, one last middle finger salute to the world.
That's just wild, dude.
My honorable mention is shot in the heart, and it's too late.
Shot in the heart, and it's too late. You give love.
Bad name.
Are we doing blind 5 or?
Yeah, I got one for you here, boys. All right.
Oh, word.
Panic, Eric.
Your first option is going to be Sam Rockwell.
Oh boy, I love Sam Rockwell, bro.
Is this one of those like best supporting actors that nobody remembers?
It's not an obscure category.
Not an obscure. Sam Rockwell.
Is it Sam Rockwell movies? No, I'm just kidding. Villains?
Standard white guy number 1. You just want to do the default thing, Eric, and put Sam Rockwell at 3?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be a little sad if he's not 1 or 2, but yeah, 3's fine.
Okay. Next one will be Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, I love me some Forrest, dude.
This is why you had to put Sam at 3, because you're gonna say this about every motherfucker now.
But he's brought heat twice, so now it's like, is he gonna continue to bring heat, or is he gonna pull a whoop-de-whoop on us? You know what I mean?
You're talking about Nevada.
Yeah.
I was like, Forrest Whitaker has brought heat more than twice.
He stays bringing heat, dude.
I was ready to square up.
If you stand too close to him, you'll be number 1 on Nevada's list.
You don't know where he's staring, but yeah, he's bringing heat, dude.
His brother's a good actor too, and you know where he's staring.
What's his brother's name?
I don't know, something Whitaker. Kevin, I think.
Damn, what a leap there. Something Whitaker. I think I could have made that fucking leap.
I'll say, damn, Nevada's got a devious look in his eye. Maybe. What do you think, JC? 2, 4?
I'm going 2 for Forrest. I think he's better than Sam.
All right, 2, fine.
Forrest Whitaker. All right, whoops. Whitaker. Next one will be Chris Rock.
Oh, 5.
I'm just trying to figure out the category now. What the fuck?
I think
I'm cool with 5.
it's all nature names so far. It's Chris, Rock, Sam, Rockwell, Forrest, Whitaker. So it's elemental names. How do you want to word that, Nevada? It's all nature names is what I'm going for.
Is that it? Nah. All right, we'll go 5. I'll agree with that.
I'm going 5. Not that Chris Rock's bad by any means, but he's not going above those 2.
Chris Rock. All right. Next one is going to be The Rock.
Yeah. I don't know how to word it specifically, but it's it's National Geographic of actors. The Rock. Oh man, see the problem is The Rock is fire. But what if who else? All right, Eric, who else has a name like that? Come on now, let's try to think who would be better than because maybe we put The Rock number 1, dude.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone's a good one, and I would be down for Emma Stone number 1.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. Emma Stone is a damn good one. I don't know how you pulled that out of a hat. I have nothing. I got nothing. I have no one, dude.
Dude, honestly, can you really go wrong with putting The Rock at 1? The dude doesn't miss in wrestling. He doesn't miss in his social media.
But he's number 1 for me because of pro wrestling.
I'm okay putting Dwayne The Rock Johnson at number 1.
All right, we'll do that.
All right. Okay, you guys dodged a bullet. The last one is going to be Amber Heard.
Oh my god! Thank God.
Yeah.
So it's nature names, celebrities and names that are something to do with nature.
Yeah, I had geology names, but I like Jermaine's National Geographic names or whatever it was.
National Geographic of actors. No, that's a great category though, Nevada. I will say that. But when you said Forrest, Sam, and then you gave me Rock, I was just like, what's going on here? I was like,
yeah.
Come on now. What's happening? That's too convenient. No, that was a good category.
I literally can't think of any other ones.
I had Ruby Rose on there, but she's not really that popular enough to know.
Dude, she's a badass.
What? I don't even know who that is.
She's like a tatted up chick who like does all the action movies, right?
Yeah, so that makes her a badass.
She's she's
a lesbian.
Was she the villain in the second John Wick?
She plays the deaf girl in the second John Wick who like fights him real well, and then she's like in Triple X and some other stuff. Yeah, dude, you could have gone with Ruby Roses. I would have known.
That's just because you think she's hot, Eric.
So
not wrong.
I think Amber Heard's hot, but she's batshit crazy. I don't like her.
Ruby Rose sounds like she's probably crazy too.
Probably so.
She could fight.
She could defend my honor.
Does Brad Pitt count?
I didn't put Brad Pitt on the list.
No, but like, would his name have counted for this?
Eric Snow.
The point guard for the 76ers?
Hell yeah, dude. That would be number 1.
Just a deep pool. just obscure basketball point guards from 200, Alex. Dude, what?
I should have put Air Bud on that list.
Yo, Air Bud is funny.
It would have thrown us off a bit, yeah.
I've seen every Air Bud ever made. All 27 movies, dude. This is celebrities, this is actors and actresses. This is not ball players.
He threw Air Bud in, dude. All right. When we're getting Air Bud, we can put whatever we want.
Air Bud made movies.
Yeah.
Hits. Air Bud might be one of the highest grossing dogs of all time.
No doubt.
No, it's definitely Harvey Weinstein.
Did my TV turn off? Oh, that game's over. That's why. All right. What do we want to talk about now, boys? Let's get into the draft lot.
Into which one?
What did you want to talk about, Nevada?
I thought I heard draft lot, and that's where I was going to go.
Yeah, lottery? Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that for sure.
Alrighty, so we are fresh off the NHL Draft Lottery. It literally just closed, 2 hours ago? Mm-hmm. Going into the Draft Lottery.
Hold on 1 second. Before we get into this, I demand a recount. All right, go ahead, Nevada.
Okay. The Sharks had the highest odds to win the top pick. If you don't know, the NHL is pretty much identical to the NBA. It's a lottery system for the draft. So the San Jose Sharks had the best odds at 18.5%. I can't remember the Blackhawks. They were like 12.5.
13.5, I'm pretty
okay. And then I believe it was the Ducks were the next highest at like 10, and then it starts to fall off a cliff from there. However, like I said, fresh off the presses, the NHL Draft Lottery is completed. And the number one overall pick goes to the Sharks, the San Jose Sharks, who are looking to take probably who Jermaine was hoping to get with the Hawks at number one for them to sneak in. But Macklin Celebrini, who is currently with
Boston.
Right? Yeah, BU, I think it is.
Yep.
Very good prospect. Should be the consensus number one. He's only 17 right now. So he'll have a little bit of time. He might, and this is where the whole judgment as far as where they go and when they start to come up, whether they go back to school. The Sharks are nowhere close to competing. So what's the point of bringing in such a young talent and burn a year on the contract? Granted, he's already blown away the college ranks. He's going to win the MVP of the college ranks. So he's ready. But again, do you want him to go to a shit team and waste away a year? So
what are the odds the Hawks can trade the 2 for the 1?
Unlikely.
Man.
Just because it's Celebrini.
What if we give them 2 more firsts?
Doubtful. There is a
3?
It's like giving away capital.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't remember what
I'm telling you, Celebrini is worth it.
There's a kid. I think his name is Gavin McKenna, and I think he's 15 right now, 15 or 16.
Out of here! These kids are so young, just electric.
They're saying he's lights out. He's gonna easily be the number one pick, but that's still another at least 2 years away, if not 3 years away. But he's very highly touted.
Well, can we draft him right now?
I don't. I think they frown upon it. So
take him back 2 and let him go to school, dude.
Yeah, we'll pay for your schooling. So for the top 10 again, the Sharks, the Blackhawks, Jermaine's Hawks got second. The Ducks got third. They're going to keep loading up. They're starting to look pretty scary. The Blue Jackets, another wasted talent going to Columbus. The Canadians, who knows what the Canadians are doing. The Utah, formerly Arizona Coyotes, still need a name. So if you guys have a name, hit up Utah Hockey Club, I think is what they're considered right now.
Or follow Eric's hashtag, We Want the Soakers on X.
Yep.
Eric started that. He's trying to make that thing happen. So if you guys want to hop on board with that, go ahead and go to X and tweet, We Want the Soakers.
They have the perfect marketing strategy right in their back pocket. Name it the Utah Yetis. Be sponsored by Yeti. Give free Yetis away to people at the game. Fill the arena up, dude. And we all know Salt Lake City sells out its crowd.
I'm just saying the Yetis would be fire. The mascot, the logo, like the jerseys. There's no miss there with the Yetis. I don't get it.
Perfect.
Howler is the original and only Yeti for the NHL.
Oh, here we go. Get a new mascot.
We do, and it's terrible. We don't
exactly.
need a fucking
So
dog.
then the Yeti's open, dude.
No, Howler. Bring back Howler. I don't care if he fights fans again. Bring back Howler.
No, bring back Howler. He'll fight the Utah Yeti for the true right to be called the Yeti.
Ooh, a cage match?
Bro, to the death. And if they try to get out of the cage, you have it surrounded by grizzly bears. Real grizzly bears.
What other animals are in Utah? I know there's like bears and wolves.
I still think they should do the Utah Storm and Mormons.
That's such a great name, too, dude. I'm not even gonna lie.
So again,
what's so funny is that they could just keep the coyotes.
Yeah.
Like that's like in the grand scheme of things, I'm like, why are you changing it? You have the Kachina jersey. It's so fire. By the way, I'm buying one of those now that it's a defunct organization. I'm buying one of those jerseys because it's one of my all-time favorite jerseys.
It's honestly one of the best jerseys ever made.
Yeah, it's so fire. I'm getting one. Actually, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you should probably do it because they're gonna be gone pretty soon. But the Coyotes, the franchise, all the records, all the players, stuff like that, they're actually staying with that
Arizona, right?
Yeah, however you want to term it, the licensing and all that sort of stuff. So Utah is technically starting from scratch, except for their players. They don't have to do
expansion.
Yeah, expansion draft. So they definitely get a leg up on that. But as far as merchandising, licensing rights, records, all that sort of stuff, starting from scratch. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. I'm sure they'll be pretty active in free agency because their owner, who also owns the Jazz, is more than willing to spend money and make the team competitive. So there's some big free agents that they may go after. But again, Utah Storm and Mormons at 6, 7 is the Senators, 8 is the Kraken, Flames at 9, and the Devils round out the top 10.
Okay.
Dude, I'm just stuck on this. Utah has the opportunity to do another great marketing thing. The Utah Super Soakers. And then Super Nerf or Super Soaker or whatever company owns that could be your sponsor. It's just, I'm just saying, man, do it.
You could get a team-sponsored stripper at a strip club, and she could be your mascot of the Super Soakers.
That'd be lit. That'd be lit. Do they have strip clubs in Utah?
Probably not. They don't even have beer.
I mean, I'm just saying I've never seen James Harden have a good game in Utah, so I don't think they do.
No.
I've seen them have bad games, so they for sure have strip clubs.
What about Jaws? Jaw played well in Utah?
Oh, no.
He apparently likes the clubs here. So, yeah, that's the draft lottery. Draft will be in June, a couple weeks after the Cup. So mid to late June is when the NHL draft will kick off.
Who's the second best prospect?
That is whatever your flavor of choice is.
So who should the Blackhawks take then?
There is if I remember right, he's a winger, so he could slot in with Bedard, and he's American. God, what's his name? I want to say it's Cole. It's like Cole Iserman, something like that, from the U.S. National Development Team. For a long time last year, he was considered the number 2 or 1B, but Macklin separated himself to be the number 1 pick. So it very well could be him. But there's a lot of debate as far as where people could go at 2. So obviously, top 3 picks, top 5 picks, you got plenty of top talent to pick up. So you're not going to get a bad player.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that. I just once I saw the news that I wanted to throw my phone. I was just like, we had the chance, Nevada. We had the chance to just stack. Could you imagine Bedard and Macklin?
Oh yeah, it'd be nuts.
It's like 18 Matthews and the other homie. No, not Matthews.
McDavid
and Draisaitl.
Yeah, so Cole Iserman from Team USA, left winger, scores a bunch. He'll be a great pick. But like I said, you could go a lot of different ways here at 2.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not going to be upset. I did have like my heart set on Macklin though.
Well, yeah. So it's funny you say that because, God, back in what draft year would that be? 2019, I think it was. The Avs had, whose pick was it? I'm going to get the team wrong, but we had their pick. They finished dead last. So Avs had the highest odds to draft a player. The number 1 overall player that year was Jack Hughes. We
For the
lost.
Devils.
Yeah, we lost the draft lottery and dropped all the way as far as we can to 4.
Oh.
And we got Bo Byram, who, turned out good, and we obviously flipped him at the.
Kel McCarr.
No, that was our own doing. But no, that was basically a free pick. And we were like, shit, we're gonna get the number 1 overall pick. We're gonna get our 2C. We're gonna have McKinnon and Jack Hughes. Nope.
Was it kind of similar to when the Warriors got the number 1 pick, like a couple years back, just because everybody was injured, everybody was out, so they just sucked? Did that happen to you guys, or did you trade it away, or what?
No, though I thought the Warriors got the number 1 because they had Minnesota's first overall.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah,
Minnesota had the 2
because they traded D'Angelo Russell to Minnesota for their first and Andrew Wiggins. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I could be mistaken, but it was similar to that. It was similar to that, like a really good team. It was similar to
the number 1 overall pick.
It was similar to David Robinson's Spurs falling to the number 1 overall and drafting Tim Duncan. You the Admiral and the big fundamental together.
What is your guys' thoughts of the draft lottery for the draft? Do you like the NBA NHL system, or do you prefer the NFL system?
Man,
I can't think of another way to do it. So I guess I just
know the NBA would tank if this didn't exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the NBA tanks now and the system exists. You know what I mean? So,
Jermaine said some things about, like, what was it, like, if you win the play, I don't know, you said something where it's like you lose your draft pick or something like that, or you're like guaranteed not to get one, or you're guaranteed to get one if you win the
in season.
Like have a tournament with the teams that didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, so I was trying to have a tournament with the bottom teams, right?
Yeah,
they're all not good. Any one of them could win it, and you seed based on performance in that, right? And you have like a playoffs while the playoffs is going. You know what I mean? To determine
more basketball, more money, and it gives people
more games. Those teams' fan bases are going to get up because they have something to play for. You know what I mean? And then it de-incentivizes, like, oh, it's the trade deadline. We're obviously not making the playoffs. Let's just offload, player C on our team who we could use next year, but let's just go get something else and let, so-and-so stock up for XYZ or whatever.
How many teams don't make it? 14? Right? Because there's only 30 teams in the NBA?
Yeah, 14 don't make it. Actually now it's 10.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, because of the plan. Well, like, break it into like groups. So like the bottom 4 teams play a tournament, and they call, like, those bottom 4 teams will play to see who gets the 1, 2, 3, 4. So like make a competition out of it so that people are tuning in, giving you more money, and it's incentivizing people to do something to build their squad and not just suck it up to get the number 1 pick.
So the one scenario I heard that was interesting, it still needs some tweaking as far as the right weights, but once you're mathematically eliminated from playoffs, from that point forward, the best winning percentage of those eliminated teams gets the higher pick. So if you're basketball or NHL, NHL takes a while, but say you're eliminated in 60 games in, those last 22 games, the better your winning percentage is, the higher your pick is.
Basketball's the same way. Like, the Wizards only won like 14 games this year, and they still weren't eliminated until like February or something like that.
But at least that way, once you get eliminated, you want to be as good as you possibly can, so that way you can better your team going into next year. But then you got to think into, how are the math nerds at the nerdery do it as far as weighing, a team that has 22 games left versus a team that only has 8 games left. You got to be able to weigh those values differently.
You'd have to weight it.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd have to weight it.
It gives your team incentive to be like, all right, we're out of the playoffs, but if we want to better our team, we got to catch some fire so we can get a better pick.
I remember we talked about that idea. It was pretty fascinating.
Yeah,
for sure. And then, the way you could do it too is like, hey, we're playing for the number 1 overall, and then the rest of you will be seeded, by remaining like win percentage, right? So it's like, hey, just because you were the worst team doesn't mean you're gonna get the first overall. You can get the second, which is not nearly as exciting. So could you imagine being the worst team in the year that Wemby was up, and then you played in that tournament and then you didn't get Wemby like that? So it would be like, I don't know, man. There's no real way to perfect it, but I feel like if you got rid of the lottery, it would be blatant, and it would be almost disrespectful to the people that spend money on the product, which it's already disrespectful to have a bad team,
right?
Or to like continuously have a bad team, which is why I understand why you guys are so upset with the Manforts, but there's no real good answer for it.
No, somebody's gonna bitch either way.
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. What was I gonna say? All right, so some crazy happenings have been going on. Let's touch on the NHL right now, since we're already talking about it. Right now, the Hurricanes and Rangers are going to OT. Currently, the Rangers are up on the Hurricanes 1-0, and the Bruins put it on the Panthers. Any of those surprise you?
As far as round 2 games or getting to round 2?
No, I mean, so from the round 1 perspective, right? So Stars, Avs, Canucks, Oilers from the Western Conference. Any of those surprise you? I would say none of us are shocked by that, right?
No, and I think as a whole, as far as the NHL playoffs go, I'm pretty sure from the first round it is all chalk.
You guys were the favorite against the Jets?
Technically, yeah, we were betting favorites. It was, I think, going into the series, we're like minus 120, 130.
Yeah, so all the ones and twos won except for you guys. But if you guys were the betting favorites, then technically even then it was chalk. So yeah, I think that's fair. I was personally shocked that the Bruins smacked the Panthers as hard as they did.
Yeah. For was that yesterday? I think it was.
Yeah, the PP slap. The PP slap they gave him was firm.
Yeah. I think that one might be a little bit of game 1 juju, where the Bruins just came off like a big emotional win to beat the Leafs in OT. The Leafs, fun little fact, the Leafs have not beaten the Bruins in the playoffs since Dwight Eisenhower was in office.
Yeah, 1959. Dwight Eisenhower.
Dwight.
To say it with Dwight Eisenhower it just made, like, 1959 is not nearly as bad as saying when Dwight Eisenhower was in office.
Right. The guy who was leading the charge in some fashion for World War II. That guy.
Oh, I thought it was the guy that was always getting into it with Jim in the office.
Oh. Either way, it's been a minute. But I think that was just running some emotional high for Boston. They get done playing a game. They go into Florida, and they just keep the momentum running. We may see that tonight with the Avs and the Stars, as far as just that schedule. Whereas the Panthers were off for basically a week, just like the Avs were, and they just kind of came out flat and weren't ready for it. But I would fully anticipate a different kind of game from Florida tomorrow when they play. Now that they've kind of woken up and been like, "Fuck, we gotta get this engine going." So it was surprising though, but
yeah, and they were on home ice. Not the one thing that I always laugh at is like home ice does not mean dick in hockey.
It's almost a kiss of death. It's like 50-50 now.
Yeah, the only benefit of home ice is you get the last line change, so you can get your matchups. But that's if you have lines that can shut down other lines.
What do you mean by last line change because of the home?
So if you're the home team and say the Hawks and Avs are playing and you're playing in Denver, the Hawks send out, Connor Bedard and his line. The Avs can respond and say, I want this line to go up against Bedard. So if you have a real shutdown, forechecking heavy line, you may put them against your number one line because they neutralize that first line. And then your first line is free to play against whoever.
So you get to pick the matchups at home.
Yes.
So it's like oh, they're running, a 3 wide receiver set, 1 tight end, 1 running back. You're like, okay, I want to throw an extra corner on the. So it's the same thing as like the defense gets to adjust after personnel. Okay.
Yeah, you get the final say.
I don't think I ever knew that. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah. So that's kind of, you'll see it in different series where sometimes the road team, their top guys they can't get shit going. And then when they come home, they might have a little bit more luck getting stuff going. And that's because you have that last line change and you can manipulate the lineups in a lot more situations.
All right. I mean, that makes sense. So that actually makes it even more like confusing why people are losing so much.
But yeah, you're right. Other than that, the home ice, crowds are crowds. Every player in every sport says our home team, our home crowds, the best in sports and yada yada. But really, there's no advantage home ice or away ice. Some people say away is better because you're stuck in the hotel, you're with the team, and that's it. Versus being at home, you go home, you deal with the wife, the kids, whatever it is, and then you go into work. So there is something to that. But the Bruins won yesterday was surprising. We'll see here, like you said, tied 3-3 so far with the Rangers and Canes going to OT. That should be a great series, especially if Carolina can even this up tonight to make it a 1-1 series. Dallas and Colorado tonight should be, they might be dropping the puck. They were supposed to start at 7:30, but now with the game going to OT, I don't know what that looks like. Vancouver and Edmonton, that should be on paper a pretty quick 5-game series for Edmonton.
Yeah, I think especially the goalie's not coming back, right?
Yeah, the Thatcher Demko, their Vancouver starter, he might come back mid-second round.
So he's gonna miss a few games. So they're playing with that advantage.
Yeah. So
and that front line against a third string goalie.
Yeah.
Basically Nevada off the couch at goaltender.
Yeah. Except if I tried to make those saves, I'd tear a few joints. But yeah, McDavid and Draisaitl and that power play.
You're gonna tear joints, not muscles or ligaments. That's how out of shape you are trying to make that split. He's gonna tear a joint.
I've never been flexible, so
I don't think
it's like post workout I can touch my toes. Other than that, nope. Ain't touching anything. I ain't getting close to my toes.
I can't even see my toes, brother.
Yeah, can't see something else either.
Nah, Dick do.
Using a mirror doesn't count, Eric.
Oh, damn, never mind.
So real quick, just run through these 4 series. Who do you got winning Dallas and Colorado?
I'm going Colorado. I'm stopping believing you guys and your negative Nancy thoughts on your own team, and I think Colorado has what it takes to get it done. So I'm going Colorado.
Okay. Vancouver, Edmonton.
Dude, I'm going Edmonton. I'm low key an Edmonton stan. So I hope McDavid gets one, just at least one, and then from there I'm gonna root against him for the rest of it. But he's so good that it's the Ovechkin thing. At first it was fun to root against him, and then it got to the point where you're like, fuck, can Ovechkin just get a ring? So that way you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with McDavid. I'm like, dude, he's done so much impressive stuff. It's like, dude, just get this man a ring. So
Yeah. Florida, Boston.
fuck Boston. I hate Boston more than you hate Toronto.
I don't hate Toronto.
You make it a point to always
Listen, I don't know anything about hockey. All I know is every time you talk about it, somehow Nevada finds a way to like poke fun at Toronto.
Poke fun.
You can
talk
never
shit about
say
them.
you can never say anything positive about Toronto.
And I know you hate them because you refer to them as the Cowboys of the NHL, and I know my hate for the Cowboys. So if you're saying that, you have to hate them.
Well, see, but your hate's like a divisional hate. I don't hate the Cowboys, but I love to shit on the Cowboys.
It's just general hate, bro. It has nothing to do with the division.
I hate the Chiefs. And
they're in your division though.
Exactly.
And they had Patrick Mahomes. So you're about to get the New York Jets Tom Brady treatment. So.
I hate the dead things. But
I've heard you speak more ill of the Toronto Maple Leafs than the Detroit Red Wings.
I give the Leafs the time of the day. I will not give the time of the day to the Wings.
No, but is it more the fans? Like it's more like every year's our year, but they haven't won shit since Dwight Eisenhower.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah, it's been since Dwight Yoakam was on the charts that the Leafs won. Yeah, it's a lot of it has to do with their fans. That's why I compare them to the Cowboys, where it's we are God's gift to this sport. This is our year. And then the regular season, they're good. They're top flight offense, stuff like that. Then the postseason comes and they shit the bed. They're done in the first round, just like the Cowboys every single year. It's the exact same MO.
Yeah, Austin Matthews, it's time to start holding that man accountable. That's one thing I did want to say on this podcast.
Nevada, are you watching the game?
Nah, I ain't got Espen.
John Sutter scored for Dallas 1-0. There's still 11 minutes left in the first, though.
Yeah, I saw the update.
Oh.
Yeah, Matthews, he's probably going to end up being the best goal scorer of all time when it's all said and done. Just the pace that he's at. But there's going to be a handful of changes in Toronto. They got half their cap tied up in four guys. Four forwards. They're one of the top scoring teams in the league, stuff like that. They call them the core four.
Him, Nylander.
Yeah, Nylander, Tavares, and Marner.
Oh.
So they have...
Oh, Riley's a defender, isn't he? Or Riley?
Morgan Riley?
Yeah, Riley's a defender.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So those four guys make up about half the cap, which you got 23 guys on the team, something like that. Four guys make up half the cap.
So they're the Phoenix Suns.
I was waiting to make the joke, dude.
In this first round against Boston, they scored three goals or more in a game once.
Austin Matthews was hurt too, though.
Matthews was hurt. Nylander was hurt. I get it.
That's why you don't tie up all your money in four players, because if they get hurt, obviously,
exactly.
Yeah, that just proves the point.
Yes. So, I get it. You want to keep your core four together, but this is what you get if you don't have the talent.
Somebody's going to benefit big time from them blowing it up, though. Because it's Mitch Marner, right? Or is that a baseball player? Yeah, Marner. Yeah. Mitch Marner is pretty fucking good. Actually, all four of those guys are really good.
He's good. He's just very ego-driven and self-centered.
Okay, so get rid of him then.
Yeah, they'll probably try to move him, and he's going to be asking for almost Matthews money, and he's not close to Matthews. But that's crazy. That's what he thinks of himself.
There's like 5 players who can demand what Austin Matthews can command.
Yeah. So he could be a trade target for the Utah team. Get a little bit of high flying talent, a little bit. I mean, they kind of have a face of the franchise in Keller, who's no slouch, but you get Keller and Marner.
What are the odds that Trevor Zegras gets traded? Because I want the Blackhawks to trade for him.
I think it's still decent that he gets traded.
He's a winger, dude. He'd go great next to Bedard. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're drafting that kid from the Team USA development.
Yeah.
There's 23 spots, Eric. We ain't got 23 players, my guy.
Yeah. You could definitely use. I think he will. It just depends on what price they want to give him up at.
Yeah,
So
I heard that they're asking for a lot, which is kind of smart because he's young. He's pretty good. I mean, he's kind of overhyped, I will say that, but he's also been in the Ducks organization. I think you put him anywhere else, he's probably really fucking good.
And I think I could agree with Chicago because he's got that personality where he can take the kind of the celebrity spotlight away from Bedard because he has that flashiness where Bedard's not. He's like all business, like, yeah, I'm good at hockey. I don't drink. I don't eat fast food. I live, eat, and breathe hockey, which is fine, but that's not going to, sell you celebrity status or anything like that.
You need a little bit of panache for a city like Chicago. I will say that.
Right.
Like, you got to have a little something. You know what I mean? So
you don't need Zegras in Columbus, Ohio. Like that does nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, I honestly think from a fit perspective, him and Bedard would be fantastic together. Now, Zegras would have to get his head out of his ass and buy in to play some defense, but like I think they could fit very well together.
Yeah, it could be fun. I mean, he's still on the rookie contract, so why not?
He wants like $4.5 million or something, right? I'm good.
Yeah, he probably wants more than that. 4.5 would be a pretty good deal, but yeah, I agree. He could definitely be traded. He's definitely not untouchable or anything like that. So we shall see.
All right, Eric, we ain't seen you in a minute. You wanted to rant about the last 2-minute report, correct?
Dude, it's just you didn't rant about it. I didn't listen to the episode. You didn't rant about it when I talked.
I don't know. Do you know if I ranted about it?
No, I just told you I don't know because I didn't listen.
Well, so then it's like if a tree falls in the woods. What's your thoughts on the last 2-minute report?
The only question I have: who's that benefit? Who does that benefit? It doesn't benefit the refs. It doesn't benefit the teams, and it doesn't benefit the fans. It makes absolutely no sense. Hey guys, we just want to let you know we totally fucked up and blew the last 2 minutes of the game, but sucks to suck. At least we're being honest about it. Like, no, if you're gonna bend me over a barrel and show me all 50 states, like, just get on with it. Like, don't show me a report of it. I don't want to see a playback video of it. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. It's the dumbest thing in sports. And there's a guy named Angel Hernandez out there. Like, come on. I'm not going to go too much into it, but it is honestly one of the dumbest things in sports. It makes absolutely no sense. It's for nobody. It's retarded.
All right, I just wanted to get your thoughts on it because they dropped another one today for the Knicks Pacers.
I saw it, and again I was like retarded.
I was like, dog. And then the other thing is like they were like, oh, the correct call was made on Miles Turner, and in the same minute span, Dante DiVincenzo moves the screen 6 or 7 times.
He
hooks the guy's arm, and no foul was called. So the NBA clearly.
You think Pacer fans are sleeping better tonight because the L2M report was like, "Hey guys, sorry."
No, that's dude. The league clearly wants the Knicks.
It's a real
they want Knicks
move,
Celtics, dude. That's what they want.
Why?
They want
it's
Knicks
terrible
Celtics.
series
For you, because it's your rivals.
Yeah.
I think Knicks Celtics would be electric. I mean, here's one thing I will say. I don't want the Knicks or Celtics to win by any means. I do love how excited Knicks fans are.
Jermaine, you know me. We talk about hoops 24/7. You know I have a diabolical mind when it comes to hoops and certain players. I'm at the point where if it's not Oklahoma City or Dallas, I will be okay with freaking Minnesota winning it.
Instead of anyone from the East.
I'm so over this, dude. I'm so over this.
Yeah.
We would have won that game. We would have won that series if that second game hadn't been blown the way it was.
Well, if you would have listened to the pod, I said that I would talk about it.
Well, I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, fuck you because you didn't listen. So how about that? Just kidding. Dude, it sucks. It is what it is.
Chet's dead.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving just smacked the fuck out of him. They didn't call a foul. It's absolutely ridiculous, dude.
We'll see that in the L2M. No, it's only the last 2 minutes. Never mind.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. I also I wanted to bring up that it's going to be Knicks Celtics and just laugh. Although I picked the Pacers to beat the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw it yesterday.
Yeah, they look good.
I think the Pacers can beat this Knicks team. So I honestly see this going 7, and I really think it's more of a toss-up of a series than everyone is saying. But Jalen Brunson is playing so freaking good right now that everyone is just like, it's Knicks. And Tyrese Halliburton has forgotten how to hoop.
I'll say this.
Early season hype is all gone.
I would like the Pacers to beat the Knicks, but at this point, it's the Pacers versus the Knicks and the refs in the NBA. Like, it's just not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
After I watched that Knicks game, I was like, damn, they really go. They got called. They're going to get the Knicks to the conference finals no matter what. That was my thought watching the game last night. So that's very, very funny. Nevada, give us your opinion on your Denver Nuggets.
We kind of talked about this pre-show, Eric. I'm not surprised that the Wolves are. I'm a little surprised that they're dominating as much as they are, but I'm not surprised that they're winning. Like you said, Tim Connolly was the architect for the Nuggets back in, God, what was Jokic? 16, 15, something like that?
Yeah.
That started it. Tim Connolly was the GM, built them up. He left last year to go be the GM of the Wolves. His first move, how do I defeat the Joker? I'm going to get the Twin Towers going, brings in Gobert. So you could already tell his mindset was, I built this team. I know how to destroy it. I need to go out and destroy it because that is the threat in the West. So from a macro level, I'm not surprised. I am disappointed. I've been watching casually because I'm not a huge NBA guy, but I haven't been watching casually enough, because it's a team in the city. But Jamal Murray, like, dude, where are you? The entire playoffs, just ice cold, and then he'll catch fire at some point, get 18 points, whatever the case may be. But every game that I've watched, his first quarter and pretty much first half is ice cold. And you can't, you can't do that. I know they're saying, the strained calf and stuff like that, but that you can't use that as an excuse. And they're not, but they're saying that is certainly a factor. But
we should have known, though. We should have known a post-championship Denver team wasn't going to do well past the second round.
Yeah, especially the way the matchups lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, not surprising. Disappointed, sure. But not surprised. But Jamal, come on. Porter's been good. He's probably been our most consistent guy outside of Joker, because Joker is Joker. He's going to Joker. The bench continues to be non-existent, which was a thing forever, even last year, except for in the playoffs they got a little bit hot. But other than that, there is no depth. There's no bench talent. So you run up into the sixth man of the year and Naz Reid, you get somebody on their bench that can beat our bench, 1 on 7, however many guys you want to throw out there.
I think
you ain't gonna win.
When Cat got hurt the last 18 games of the regular season, Naz Reid shot 48% from 3.
Jeez.
He stepped in, started averaging, his average jumped 8 points because he was starting now. He was getting all these shots. It's when people are like, oh, Malik Monk had all this 6-man stuff. I was like, yeah, but Naz Reid was literally the reason why the Minnesota Timberwolves were in the competition for the first seed the whole way through. Last podcast, I was going through the bracket with you and Nick, and I was letting you guys pick your choices and who you were going to end up with. And I wasn't going to say anything. I was just like, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to wrap it up because we went real long last podcast. But you asked me my thoughts, and I was just based on what I saw in the first round, I'm picking the Minnesota Timberwolves to win this game. And it's because they're going to dominate the paint. they're going to be able to defend. Like, I dissected the series, and it's played out exactly how it was. Never once said sweep. I didn't think that it would be non-competitive,
Right.
which is how it's felt. It's felt non-competitive.
Yeah.
And so I am shocked from that perspective. The Minnesota Timberwolves haven't lost a game yet this postseason. Karl-Anthony Towns is shooting 50% from three. He's also averaging like 5 fouls. Because that dude move your feet.
Likes to live dangerously.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, good Lord, which is going to be a problem if he picks up foul trouble obviously in the Western Conference Finals. Foul trouble anything's going to be a big deal in the Western Conference Finals. But yeah, this is why I thought it was a fascinating postseason. That's why I picked the Thunder so early, because I usually you don't pick youth. Like, this postseason, it does not matter. There is no one team you should be afraid of. And I'm fading Boston until Boston proves that they can get it done. I'm so sick of it. Every single year we come in and it's Boston's the favorite. Boston's the favorite all year long. Boston's the favorite. They dominate the regular season, and then it gets to the postseason, and Jason Tatum scores less than he's scoring in the regular season. Jason Tatum shooting 29% from three in the series versus the Miami Heat. So Boston is going to have to prove to me they can get it done before I ever believe they can get it done. I'll pick the Oklahoma City Thunder, who didn't even make the goddamn playoffs last year, before I'll pick the Boston Celtics. That's how far out on Boston I am.
I would still pick the Sixers over Boston.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree with your sentiment, Jermaine, about the Denver and Minnesota series. Again, not surprised that Minnesota could win the series, but just the clear difference in competitiveness is what's disappointing. You know, if it's down to the wire and stuff like that, and they're trading blows back and forth, fine, it is what it is. But when you're getting absolutely boat raced in the first quarter, like, come on, that. No fan base is going to be like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Dude, Joker looks winded after the second quarter because he's just getting beat up.
They're also putting him in action on the defensive end. They're exposing his lack of, defensive effort, or whatever you want to call it. But they're forcing him to have to play somebody on the defensive end. And then on top of that, on the offensive end, like, every so often you're getting a fresh 7-footer. That's exactly what the Minnesota Timberwolves are doing.
And then if not, they're throwing like a 6'10" and 6'11" guy like Naz Reid and slow-mo at you. Like, it's crazy.
And Naz Reid is the third 7-footer.
He is 7. I thought he was like 6'11". Okay. And then slow-mo is what, 6'10", 6'11"?
Yeah, something like that. It's always different too, because do they measure with shoes on or shoes off? Like, because that always changes shit. No, I think it's fascinating. And what's so funny is Dwight Howard is victory lapping on the internet right now. I know this is like where we're over our Dwight Howard mention threshold on this podcast, but he's victory lapping because he's been telling the Lakers for 3 years since they got rid of him, just give me a chance, right? And he literally said the way you stop Jokic is, and they had Howard, JaVale McGee, and Anthony Davis, 3 7-footers, and they beat, the bubble Mickey Mouse chip, they beat the Denver Nuggets because they had those 3 guys. I was like, dude, Dwight Howard is a multi-time defensive player of the year. He carried a squad to the NBA Finals. He beat LeBron to go to the NBA Finals.
Not that that's saying much, but yeah.
Like, bro. And he did that before LeBron carried a squad to the NBA Finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
It was after.
Mm-hmm. It was 09, and he did it in 07.
Bro, it's just like, and Dwight Howard, like, everyone's just like, oh, LeBron, look at LeBron's team. Back then, every team was like that. Look at Kobe Bryant's championship winning team. It was him, Pau Gasol. I'm like, who? Bro. Bro, it's unbelievable. Like the fact that Dwight Howard's victory lapping just makes it all the more sweeter. Because like Lakers fans on the internet have been waiting for this for Denver. Because Denver has been big brothering them for a minute. As soon as they were losing yesterday, Twitter was lighting up with all the memes. It was first of all, high quality memes. But it's like y'all so petty, dude. You got tired of being dragged. It's our turn, bitches. Oh, it's great. All right, Nevada. Denver's probably losing the series. I think that's not like a wild thing to say. Saying. I would say it's 65% they're losing, 35% they're winning. They still have a shot.
It ain't probably. They're losing.
All right, so 70-30. You had Denver going to the NBA Finals. I think you had Denver winning it, or no? You had Boston winning. I think. Do you want to change? Do you want to change it?
I mean, yeah, I'd take the Wolves.
You'll take the Wolves, or you think the Wolves beat the? So you're going to take the Wolves to win the Western Conference altogether, right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
So do they beat whoever comes out of the Eastern Conference?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
All right.
I like what I see.
Nevada's all in on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I love it because Rudy Gobert is just way too disrespected. It's ridiculous. Cat, I don't dislike Cat that much, but I also don't like Cat that much. So the hate that Cat gets is fine. Rudy Gobert though, he's so good, and people just hate him for no reason, and it's just because it's a cultural thing. They just don't like his Frenchness, is what it is.
COVID patient 0.
Yeah, and so now he's hated for caring too much, is what it was. But if he gets a ring, I'm going to laugh so hard. I can't wait till I get to see Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns at a parade, just so I can laugh at people for just all their misplaced hate. It's so awesome. I can't wait, dude.
Do you guys?
And Mike Conley gets a ring. Let's fucking go, dude. This squad is I'm so hyped if they win, dude. Oh, that's so funny.
This is probably a few months too late, but do you guys think that Cat has stepped aside to let Ant take the team? Do you think he did that willingly or begrudgingly, or is he still trying to hold on to that?
No, he did that because he recognized it.
Right.
He didn't do it. It just happened because the best dominate. He's an alpha male. Ant is an alpha male. He's going to go out there and get it every night.
Okay. I mean, but Cat also stepped aside. Cat was carrying that team before.
See, he lost the spot.
It doesn't matter. Cat gets no credit.
No credit.
50% from 3.
0 credit.
Absolutely preposterous. That means every one of 2 shots, Cat is sinking. Absolutely bonkers. No credit. No credit.
A lot of my issue with Cat is the same level of entitlement and narcissism that LeBron has. Like, you're gonna go out here and crown yourself the greatest big man shooter of all time. Like, why don't you go do it for 20 seasons like Dirk did it and win a championship? Which is
real time, dog.
Whatever,
real time. No, dude, I don't think he's the greatest big man shooter of all time. I only use that to rile you up.
It doesn't rile me up.
He is. It doesn't. He is one of the best, though. Like, he's proven it real time.
No, Channing Frye was better.
And Channing Frye is a deep pull. That's hysterical. And that's late career Channing Frye, dude.
Kevin Love was better.
Kevin Love is still playing, so is kind of hurtful.
Is better.
Yeah. Like, I was like, damn, he's not retired.
Well, he's technically not still playing because he's in Cancun too with everybody else.
All right. He's not playing this season. He's not playing anymore this season. You are correct. That is accurate. All right. You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
No, just go ahead.
Real quick, running down the awards. What do you guys have basketball-wise? I know they're kind of announcing them, and I think the awards are getting announced Wednesday. Is that right?
No, they've announced a few already. So you had Rookie of the Year is Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year is Rudy Gobert. Sixth Man of the Year is Naz Reid. Most Improved is Tyrese Maxey.
Lost that bet. MVP, I think, is tomorrow.
Yeah, and I don't. So
Clutch
I don't
was
think
Curry.
they did clutch already.
Clutch was Curry. Yeah, he won.
Yeah, I didn't see that. DeMar DeRozan should have won that. That's crazy.
What about coach? Which ones you guys got for coach of the year?
I think they're gonna give it to Dag. How you say his name?
Dagnall, Mark
Dagnall.
Dagnall. I
think
fucking
they're gonna
love
give
Mark Dagnall, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm super biased in that at the department, but I believe it was between
Finch and Dagnall, isn't it?
yeah. Oh, so they already announced the winners. Except for the MVP. So yeah, so Rudy Gobert, Wembanyama, Naz Reid, Tyrese Maxey, Dagnall was coach of the year, Steph Curry clutch, Mike Conley teammate of the year, Brad Stevens executive of the year, and Alex Caruso hustle award.
Okay.
Yeah, so we still have the MVP and like the all NBA first team, second team, third team, and the defensive teams. Also, the photo they have of Mark Dagnall right here is just awful. Yeah, so have any of the NHL awards been determined? They just announced like the finalists.
Yeah, they just announced all the finalists, and I think that gets. From what I remember, it's like during the Stanley Cup playoff or the Stanley Cup series, I guess. So, what's that?
Like
Another month?
The final?
Yeah, where they announce all the award winners.
Okay.
So, MVP is going to be fascinating.
It's like pick your poison, right? Do you go with the guy who scored 69 goals, and do you go with the guy who had 100 assists, or the other guy who had 100 assists?
So, yeah, Matthews is not part of it, so he won't be it. So, you got Kucherov in Tampa, McKinnon in Colorado, or McJesus.
And the point totals were all, 165 and higher?
McKinnon was 140.
Oh, okay.
McDavid was, he was like 150. No, McDavid was below because McKinnon was second. Kucherov was like 145.
NHL point leaders.
But McDavid had 100 assists.
Real quick, has a defensive player ever won it, Nevada?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
144 Kucherov, 140 McKinnon, 132 McDavid. Didn't two people have 100 assists?
Kucherov.
So Kucherov is winning then.
Yeah, you can make the argument for any of them. It'll be fascinating to see how it turns out.
Yeah, look, here's what I'll say. I'm glad I don't have to vote. How about that?
They could do a 3-way tie and everybody would be like, yeah, that's probably the best way to go.
Wait,
dude.
Is it the same way like you guys are saying you can go any way? Or is it like the NBA where it's like it should be Joker, but they're going to go probably in a different direction? Is that how it is? Or is it literally like you could go any way?
It's a true toss-up.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Every one of them had like an all-time season, basically.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That must have been a dope season. I really should start watching hockey.
NHL, we said it on the last pod, but I know you didn't listen. NHL's back, bro. And like all their like sellouts at the arenas they had the highest attendance they had since like 2015, 2016, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
The ratings are significantly higher. I mean, play is better. They've got talent everywhere. Even like teams that aren't good have talented players.
Much like your golden age of TV, this is one of the golden ages of hockey.
That was Luigi that made that ridiculous statement. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like special right now. It's a lot of fun, too.
Yeah. You got everybody from McDavid and Crosby down to Bedard. And
you also have the same kind of setup that the NBA has right now, right? You know, you have your Patrick Kanes, Kucherov is older, too, from what I think. Or
he's like an old guard or new guard.
He's just been around so long. He's old to me. But yeah, you have him, Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin. You have all these older guys still clashing with these younger guys, and you see like there's just talent everywhere, bro, everywhere, and it's fascinating to watch because Ovechkin is trying to make history right now. and pass all-time goal scored. And
And
he's
Nevada just said Austin Matthews is probably going to finish with that in his career.
exactly. And Ovechkin's right now we're watching Ovechkin try to break it. Like that's what everyone's rooting for, right?
Yeah.
And at the same time, you still have Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby arguably just had the best season of his career.
At like 21 years in?
Fine one.
I don't think he's that much, like 15 maybe.
Oh no, he's at I think 19.
19? Oh, okay. Yeah, he just electric this year. And the Penguins made a trade to try to get into the postseason. Couldn't even get it done. But that's how like Sidney Crosby, like fantastic year. Hockey's amazing right now.
Wish the Flyers would be a part of that.
I watched 5 minutes of that Leafs Bruins game 7.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 5 minutes of non-stop. Like nobody controlled anything in the zone. It was just boom, back, shot, boom, you got the puck, back, boom, shot. Nope, we got the puck. We're going. I'm just like not like nonstop. No whistles, no hits, no fouls, no nothing. It was just free-flowing hockey, good shot after good shot after good shot. Nobody fucking scored on top of that. That was what was crazy. It was 5 minutes of some of the most electric hockey I've ever seen, and not a single goal was scored.
That's crazy.
It was awesome. I was dorking out. I even texted the group chat. I was just like, did anybody watch that 5 minutes of hockey? Because I was captivated. Yeah. The Maple Leafs are a phenomenal hockey team.
Their bugaboos, just the playoffs and the first round in particular. I don't know what it is, but it just is.
It was unreal. They scored. It was 0-0. It was a gridlocked game in the third period. The Maple Leafs get an ugly goal, go up 1-0. 81 seconds later, they let the tying goal in. Overtime's forced because they played to another stalemate because that's how tightly contested this game was. And in overtime, the entire Maple Leafs defense falls asleep, and Pasternak breaks into their defensive zone or into Boston's offensive zone. Nobody even marked the best player on the Boston Bruins. He got the puck off a bank shot off the boards, which, first of all, that's an unbelievable pass. I know it's slop. You probably call it slop, but the dude shot it there intentionally, and it came right back into the zone. He's right in front of the goalie, housed, game over. Toronto didn't even know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, that was a dump in, and it would have been called icing if Toronto didn't fall asleep and actually played for the puck. Because you can see on the overhead, when he dumps it in, he's just skating to the bench like, all right, I'll just go to the bench. And then he sees him score, and he's like, holy shit, it worked.
Bro, I was so mad. I was just like, that's how this game ends? I was just like, you just played 60 million minutes of brilliant fucking hockey. And 2-3 minutes in, I don't remember how early. It was early, though. It was early in the overtime period.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how you're going to go home? Like that? I could not believe what I had seen. I was just like, you deserve all the shit you get. Like, you deserve it.
It's kind of tough to see like the fan reaction videos of the Leafs, like at home or the one they have out in the plaza where they're, super excited when they get the goal, like they just won the game. Awesome. Then it gets tied up and they're like, what the fuck? And then the overtime goal, and they're literally just like staring and like, I don't know what to do with the rest of this month. Like, what do we do now? Like they are such a defeated fan base where they're like, again? Like, what do we do? They're not even mad. They're just, that's how defeated they are. It's rough.
There was like, I felt like there was no noise at Jurassic Park, Eric, because the Toronto Maple Leafs watch from Jurassic Park as well. Mm-hmm. Like the fans when their team is on the road. There was like almost no audible noise. Like everyone was just like,
sucks, dude.
What do we do? So, hey, Toronto's down bad, bro. Drake, Jamal Murray, and the Maple Leafs, dude. They got hit in threes, baby. That's cooked. That's a bad month, bro. That's a bad month. Oh, them boys is cooked up there, bro.
Need to get on this side of the border. Get some juju going.
Yeah, get away from that communism.
Dude, that's so funny. All right, I think that's enough from us. Follow us on social medias on YouTube. Jesus,
Struggling there, buddy.
Time. Yeah, I get. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and the artist formerly known as Twitter at Podcast Room303. Follow our sister pod at Revenge of the Pod on all things social and where you love to catch your streams. And we'll see you, for myself, Jermaine Colo Mendez, for my co-host, for Nevada, and Eric. We'll see you next time when you come on down and step into the room.